Hello everyone, I am Marie and welcome to my studio. Today is the lesson 2 of our watercolor class. So let's do this. This is from the last time, the lesson 1, that we played a little bit with the watercolor and doing some kind of effects. And so now in this lesson I am going to show you, I know I said we were going to do some kind of sunset kind of thing, and we will, but at the end, because I have other stuff to teach you before we can do that. Okay, so what I have for you today is to show you what dry brushing is, what is the control of your brush when you do broad and thinner marks, how to do thin lines, and wet on wet, wet on dry, but in another kind of manner that I did in lesson 1, and what is lifting, what is masking, and glazing. So let's get started. Now, yeah, I'm going to start, as I said, we are working with the silver brush, black velvet, silver black velvet brush, and this is a number 8. I am just going to, I still have color on here, so I'm gonna just use the same ones, and I have okay, so when we do dry brushing, you have the color, the pigment on your brush, you get it on a paper, you see how it sucks the water, and well, this is just well to dry. Okay, and you go, and this is dry brushing. You just make marks, but they are dry. Okay, this is not the best for your brush, so you know. Okay, but this is nice when you are doing like bark on a tree, or some on the dirt or mountains or whatnot. So that is very nice to do dry brushing. But as you can see, the bristles on this, on the brush, they just get, and of course you can, I don't know if this brush is going to do it, but like maybe a stiffer brush, you can do better marks. But yeah, that is dry brushing. And now when you have, this is like the belly of the bristles, full of your pigment and water, and not too much water, just like what consistency is this? maybe milk. It's not that runny. I don't know. I'm gonna do it with my phone because I don't have another camera. So let's see, to show you the consistency of the pigment. All right. The consistency of the pigment. Okay, so let's get more. So you push and you get nice. Remember this paper that I'm using. If, let's say, if I use this other paper, because this is kind of rough, just get another kind of stripe, you see? Do it like that. Okay, and if you do the point of the brush straight up, you can make nice thin lines. Okay. And doing this, you can just practice how to use and the pressure of your brush. And when I do lines, I mostly just move my wrist like that and barely touching the paper. And something else that you can do is, of course, and this is important when we are making leaves and flowers, is the light touch. Go down and get up again. Okay, let me do it in this one that is softer paper. Even though this is hot press. No, it's cold press, I mean. Soft, push, and up again. Okay, so this practice is very important if you want to do flowers, stuff like that, and get a bit of control with your brush. And you can just go on and on doing this for practice. And because this paper is a bit rough, so I need more water because rough is just thirsty. So I need more water. Alright. What is this? A hair. Doggy hair. Or maybe my hair. I mean, blame the dog, right? Okay. I don't know if this was a good idea to get this paper. But I love this paper because you can layer and you can do so much more with this paper. You'll see. And it's nothing wrong with, let's say that you are doing this and that's like a leaf or something, and then you're like, oh no, didn't have enough, just go over it. This is not a rule that you cannot do it, okay? Okay. So this stuff you can practice. And it will be good to practice, okay? It's just push and lift. Push and lift, like that, okay? And this paper, if you have an arches, it's a beautiful paper. This paper is very nice for botanical stuff because it's even though probably for botanicals I like the hot press because it's just smooth, but this one I think is cold press. And how I remember this, the hot press and the cold press, when you have a paper that is just flat is hot press. And that how I see it is like when you iron something is flat, so this hot press is flat, and a cold press has more cold press has a little bit of more of a texture on it, okay? So this is a cold press. You can do it the other way too. That's how you can make petals, for example. And let's just take a little bit of a oops. Okay. Alright, so that's that. And now I'm going to show you a few things. I'm thinking maybe I use this. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Okay, so I wanted to show you what the wet on wet that we did before and wet on dry, but then a little bit different. It's not like the dry paper, but the dry the first layer that you do, then okay. Alright, so I am going to, let's put it here. I wanted to, why is that so? Let's make kind or something. Something like a lemon. And let's put like a leaf or something here. Okay, something like that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is wash my real good because I am going to go into the yellow. I'm gonna get some lemon yellow. And I took too much, but hey. Okay, so yellow. We do a wash with this lemon, with this color. Okay. Okay. So it's wet, right? This is wet. I can lift color if I want, if I think, oh, that's too much. Okay. But it's looking fine. Now I grab some Indian yellow or something that is a little bit darker. And I go on top of it. So that's wet on wet. Okay. I go to a darker one. I think this is the Indian yellow. It's kind of brownish yellow. Okay, so what I'm going to do now that is wet, I want to lift color because I want here to be lighter. So lifting is I get my brush, I can lift color like with a dry brush, so it sucked the pigment. Okay, that's mostly how I do it, but you can also get paper. Just take a piece of paper and you can use that too to lift color. Okay, but I like the brush better because it's like I don't know, it's nicer. The paper can take a lot off. The paper is like, if you do clouds, that's awesome because you know you can just make the marks with the paper. But okay, now this, let me get a little bit of that. You know what? I'm gonna go with the other brush, that is the number 6, because I think that one is getting to be too big. And when you want to do like what I'm doing, your pigments have to be thicker so it doesn't spread as much. That doesn't spread as much, you know. Okay, I don't know if it looks like a lemon or not. And I'm going to get that. To leave here. Okay. Left a little bit of color there. Okay, so now this have to dry, but we don't have time. Alright, so when it's dry, you can get more and go on top, and that is wet on dry. Okay. Get a little bit of brownish here that is like an umber. Mix it with that yellow ochre. And I want some depth. Okay, so this is kind of the idea. I know it doesn't look super this is just kind of thinking about it at the moment, so it's not like, you know, we will make another lemon like super good. But it's just to show you that here where you can see me is going down and it was full. Might look right. Okay, so we lift some color. Like that. And it's a very unique leaf. like that. And then you can dry this and get a little bit darker. And very thin lines, like you practice. And you can just do that on top of the dry. Okay, so the glazing is when it's dry, and maybe I want to give it a slight other tone, or so then the glazing is when you want to tie everything up, or you want to give it a slight other color. Let's say this leaf is green, but I kind of want maybe give it a yellowish tone or maybe brownish tone. So I just go, let's say the lemon yellow, very light. A glaze is like almost water, okay, a lot of water, and then you go over, let's say the top, do the yellow one, the glaze, and it does like yellowish. But let's see if burnt sienna or something like that is like brown. A lot of water, and I glaze the bottom so you can see, and that is glazing. Okay, let's glaze that lemon with that light. Lifting you can also do when it's dry, okay? You can also do it when it's dry, like here. It's dry, but be careful not to damage the paper. Okay? Okay, I am going to, for the masking, I am going to use this, not this one, this one. But we have to wait until it's dry. So I am going to put here some dots of masking. This is a pen for masking liquid. see what else. No. Okay, just because we don't have all day. Okay, so let me see. I have okay this. So okay, what I'm going to do with the for the wash, I'm just gonna get this wet. Not dripping wet, just moist. Okay, and let's do red, some kind of red. Let's use, which red I want. Let's do the this one. This is a Watwecolor, I don't know. Okay, so let's get some red here. Okay, clean it. And I get some yellow. We go on top of the red somewhat, and it becomes orange. Go and pick up more the yellow. That's the lemon yellow that I'm using. And I'm gonna use a little bit of dot yellow ochre, kind of just for the bottom here. It's kind of itchy. Isn't it fun? Are you enjoying it? I hope you do. I hope you are enjoying this. Okay, that's fun. Okay, so I am going to let that dry somewhat. What can we do here? Oh yeah, I'll show you a flower. This flower is just so much fun, so much fun. And what we do is I'll take a very dark color. Let's do a purple. Yeah, I'm gonna do the purple. Very dark. Like, you have to take it very dark, a lot of pigment, not too much water, and then you go and make dots. Make dots with that color, and the dots is the center of the flower. Okay, so but make sure you have a lot of pigment there, because what we when the petal has too much water, no panic, just get your dry brush and clean it up. Dry your brush again and clean it up. One more. It's not the nicest looking one, but I'm going to use another color. Maybe a red. The red we were using for it's a very special flower. Very special flower. Two colors. And then I just want to just pull that like in between. It's just playing around. Play, dare to play. That's how we learn. When we play, we learn. We have to dare, okay? My camera is flashing. So weird, so weird. I think that's okay. That's the idea. All right. I think I did everything all right. So this was lesson 2. And what I wanna do for the next lesson is mixing colors. We will talk about the pigments and the mixing of colors, the primary colors, and how to mix and how to make other colors. Is very basic, but I think it's important when you're doing watercolor, and how you can mix colors and how you can use the transparency of colors to mix colors on the paper. If you are not a subscriber, please subscribe so you can follow along our classes, our lessons, and I hope that you learned something today. So play with the watercolor and practice, have fun, and I'll see you next time. Be blessed. Bye.